the sky is the limit for the Lakers. Probably true. Shannon, yesterday you gave the Lakers a 15% chance of winning the West. Does Darvin's optimism make you more confident today?
No, he's supposed to be optimistic. He's the head coach.
Well, is he?
Yeah, he's the head coach.
Okay.
He's supposed to be optimistic. Skip, look, I get it. Since the trade deadline, they've had the best record in the West, 18-8. Second best plus net rating. And they did this a lot without LeBron in the lineup. Austin Reeves got confident, found his niche, inserted into the starting lineup. He hadn't looked back. There were stretches when Anthony Davis played like a top 5 MVP candidate. D-Lo has been D-Lo. He's been really good, has been really good. And guys have contributed very well. They won 9 of their last 11 games.
Yep.
But like you told me, they started 0-5. They started 2-10. LeBron and AD was there for that.
LeBron was 10 out of those 12.
Yeah,
yep.
so he was there for the large chunk. But
He was.
for 80+% of those games, he was there.
Yep.
So, I look, can they beat anybody in a 7-game series? Yes. But with the inconsistency and the turnovers that they have, the way they shoot free skill, they can't be making 60% of their free throws.
No, I agree with that.
They can't turn the ball.
But they shoot an since the trade deadline, they've shot the most.
Yes. Well, you know where that came from. They had to make up for what they did to us in Boston.
Maybe. You could be right. That may not be a laughing matter. I've never seen anything like it. You always you nuke the other team in attempts.
We do.
Yeah.
We put pressure on them because we go to the rim. We ain't just shooting jumpers. Skip, look, I'm still at 15%, and I understand, if LeBron and AD is healthy, but Skip, LeBron and AD, but they're going to need Austin Reeves to continue to be Austin Reeves and D-Lo and guys to come in. I'm going to need Malik going to have to hit a couple more of these threes now.
Okay.
He's taking about 6, 7 a game.
Yeah, he is. He's streaky.
Well, I need him to get on a hot streak.
Yep.
And stay there
Okay.
for like the next 20 games.
He could.
Then we'd be straight.
Okay. So I have never seen you so fearful about a LeBron-led team than you are about this team, and I don't know why.
Inconsistent.
Okay. Are you looking back to the early part of the year?
Skip, hold on. I just saw them lose the other night. Who did they lose to? They just lost a couple nights ago to somebody.
Okay, but they've also won 9 out of 11.
You told me they beat Utah without Laurie Marketing, without this one, about that one.
Okay, and it took overtime.
Yeah.
Not a great sign. The other night, it was the same Utah team, and it got a little dicey at the end.
Yeah. I mean, we beat the Seagulls, so.
Okay. All right. So you've been arguably the hottest team in the league.
Yes, we have.
Defensively, for the longest stretch since the trade deadline, you were number 1. Now you've fallen to 3rd, which is
Not
still
bad.
highly respectable considering
Better than where we
used
were.
to be. Okay. You're saying 15%. I say 50% because the West, again, is begging to be won.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the teams above you, and if I'm Darvin Ham, I'm not afraid of Denver. I haven't been afraid, just me, I haven't been afraid of them all year. Memphis has a lot of young firepower, but it's still young, and I think you could beat them in a 7-game series. Sacramento is very young and hasn't been there and done any of that, season. Right?
That's why I'm picking Golden State over there.
Okay, ditto. The Clippers. I had the Clippers before the year, and then they added Russell Westbrook, and I'm saying, what are you doing?
They've been playing well lately.
Okay. Kawhi was the player of the whatever it was, month. I guess. Okay, that's all offense and no more defense. And you made that point yesterday, and I didn't say a peep back to you because you are correct. He used to be the best two-way player, but that's back in like 2017, right, in those playoffs. And remember, Zaza Pacheep shot ended their run against Golden State in the conference finals. I think they could have beaten Golden State because they were beating them in game 1 until Kawhi went down and completely out.
They were up by 20.
Okay. That was the Kawhi then.
Right.
This is the Kawhi now. He's got arthritic, both knees are arthritic. He's lucky to even be playing. I'm actually pleasantly amazed by how he plays offense. Mm-hmm. But you know what he is? He's not a basket attacker. He's just that mid-range jump shooter, and sometimes he can get a little bit hot from 3. Not a great three-point shooter, but deadly from the mid-range.
Right.
That's who they are. They lost Paul George. Again, it's Russell Westbrook as your point guard, and they're not a threat anymore to win it all.
Right.
Okay. So you got out from under Russ. They decided to crawl back underneath Russ, and I don't know why. And then I look at what you have, and Darvin's right. I just think he's speaking the truth. I think he speaks open-hearted truth about He said, I think if we're healthy, which you are, you're as healthy as any team in the league right now. Schroeder is back. They said he's full go for tonight. Again, he's just a rotation player now. You don't have to depend on him. But in fourth quarters, I think he's pretty trustable.
I mean, look, I think the thing is, Skip, I think there's three guys that's going to be in the closing rotation. Bron, AD, Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Everything else is contingent on how well you play.
How they've done that night. Okay. That's a good spot to be in. Now you got to trust your first-year head coach to push the right buttons at the right time. And sometimes I look on Twitter at what's trending, and he's always trending because Laker Nation's all over.
Well, all you got to do is look at the TV. If he like, why you got him in the game? But the one thing about the playoffs, Skip, you shorten your rotation.
You do.
You can't play 10, 12 guys like he normally does. Hey, get that thing down to 9, and as you further you go along, you get to 8, you might be down to 7.
Okay. So he says if we could just get this team to pay a little more attention to detail, I would agree with that. And sustain the things that we're doing well, I think he's going sky's the limit. I would agree. Would I be shocked if you won the West? I wouldn't be shocked at all because I don't see a behemoth. I don't see a juggernaut. I don't see a team where I say, well, you can't beat that team unless it's Kevin Durant's team.
Well, there's not that. There's not, and even Kevin Durant's team is not the 2017-18 Warriors.
No.
They're not that.
No.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, Book is a great, but Book is not the second option that Steph Curry was.
Yeah.
And then you don't have a Clay.
Okay.
And then Draymond is a better defender than anybody that they have on the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
So no, there's not that team.
No. So it's set up for you to make a nice run, a deep run.
Yeah.
And to your point, I don't know what came over Austin Reeves, but he can just flat out play basketball.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Opportunity.
Okay, he comes from a little tiny town, Newark, Arkansas, hour and a half, 2 hours from Little Rock. And it's impossible that you could play at this level. I watched him at Oklahoma. He wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah.
How many times do you see an undrafted free agent suddenly get a whole lot better in pro basketball in the NBA? You don't see it.
Right.
And he did. He is your third best player.
Yeah. And what you call him, Kobe of the Ozarks. He got his opportunity. Because I Skip, the thing is he has the ball in his hands a lot. When LeBron was out, they trusted him to put the ball in his hands. You remember that there were a couple of games. He was, even though Anthony AD was playing, he was the best player for the Lakers on a given night.
Back-to-back games, he just took it over. It was in the 30s?
30, yes.
Yeah, okay.
It had a 35-point game and then a 28-point game.
He has won the respect of referees league-wide because they know he will take it to the hole fearlessly, and they will give him the whistle.
Yeah.
He is maybe the biggest, he and LeBron, the biggest reasons you're getting to the free throw line so much. Well, okay, so LeBron, I love the fact that in most of this streak since the trade deadline, since he came back, rejuvenated, revitalized for 12.
Yeah, he's subject to go 12 or 17, too.
Yeah, he's more subject to go 2 of 12 after one of those games. You know it, and I know it. He needs to back off that because he is still...
They be daring us.
Okay, they're daring him. Because the book on LeBron is the same book that Pop wrote back in 2007 and again in 2013.
But he would
just leave him alone.
But we updated it.
Let him shoot.
We updated. Yeah. We had a couple of retractions in there. We made him retract some of those statements.
Okay, but he can be a disaster from 3. Okay. But you can be a disaster if he attacks your rim because he plays bully ball better than anybody to this day. Yeah. To this day.
Oh, we're going to get downhill.
Okay.
We'll get downhill.
If you start getting downhill, the crowd just goes crazy for him. You've been there on the front row. People just, when he gets in there and thunder dunks it a couple times, you're like, whoa. Yeah. It lifts everybody up off the bench much more than his threes do to me. Because everybody knows, he made a couple.
Logo. Skip, you saw that logo?
Now what?
Did you see the logo?
I saw the logo against Utah without its best 3 players. I saw it.
Was it still a logo?
Yeah.
The logo didn't know they didn't have any players on their team?
He shot 31%, and that includes the 8 he made in the last game. 31%?
He made 8 threes?
Yes, he made 8 threes. He shot 31% to Kevin Durant's 40%.
8. He had a 9, an 8, a 9, a 6.
Yeah.
He do a double digit.
Really?
He do a double digit 3-made game. Yeah, he do that.
So are you predicting
No,
that?
I don't want to get in the prediction business. I don't want to get in the prediction business.
Yeah.
But he do one. He do one.
He's even been raving about Hachimura. What a great addition he's been in the locker room. And as Darvin said, he says, I love our synergy in the locker room. The team, it feels like they're together, right?
Yes.
It seems like they're actually having a lot of fun playing basketball, and yet you give them a 15%.
15.
Poor mouth
and
their
I ain't
chances.
and I'm not budging.
Yeah, I'm 5'0", 50.
Okay,
Yeah.
5-0-50. I know what you're trying to do, Skip.
I'm not trying. I'm actually just saying what I see. I'm seeing a team that could win the West easily.
Easily?
Yes.
Not easily.
Easily
Could
as
could they
easily Beasley. Yeah.
Could they win the West? Sure.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there are no behemoths.
Yeah.
But-
You're afraid to put your pride out there on LeBron James.
I got it
That's
out there,
what you're afraid.
15%.
15%.
Give at one point in time they were 13th, 14th in the West.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you talk about they can win, they can come out of the West.
Does anybody have two better players than LeBron James and Anthony Davis
No.
in the West? They don't.
No.
They just don't. Okay, here we go.
Well, I mean, the Suns got two top 75 players with CP3 and KD.
I mean,
but
they
the Lakers
got the best in KD, but
All right, well, see, there you go, Skip.
Okay,
we
but
having
they
a
do.
conversation.
Well, they just
Don't do that,
that's
Skip.
why I picked the Suns over
They
there.
don't do that. Don't do that, Skip.
Well, I did it because I'm being honest.
You see my guy?
Yeah.
Average 29.
Okay, and you give me a 15% chance.
Yeah.
You're a guy. Way to go.
Shannon, I think you're reverse jinxing. That's my bet.
Well, I ain't got no reverse jinx on this next topic.
Yeah.
I bet you that.
Oh, I can't wait for this one. Indeed, because the Thunder, the Pelicans, who advances in the play-in tournament. Shannon, I think my Pelicans are going to see your Lakers on Friday night. Let's get your take coming up next right here on Undisputed.